Sheikh, just a clarification here. When you said that a man, part of the rujula is to help in the house and to, do things. And we said that sometimes sisters take this and they say, well, it's 50-50, you come home. I've been home for, 8 hours, 9 hours. You come home from a hard day of work, 12 hours, whatever. Uh, and a lot of times the sisters think that that's why we're fighting them and we're fighting sisters. We're just saying, look, is it really fair if your husband comes home after 12 hours of work that you're waiting with half of the dishes in the sink and half of the house to be clean because someone said that the Prophet ﷺ used to clean the house or used to do work in the house? Can you explain that? Because a lot of sisters use these kind of things.
Great question. So the first thing, and this is ayah, of course, I'm sure been mentioned a lot, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ar-Rajal Qawwamun ala nisa, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made men to be the caretakers and authorities on women and so on. And if you look at the ayah, يعني بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض, and then so on, you see بما أنفقه, يعني from what they spend من أموالهم, right? So first thing to understand is that it's a man's responsibility to go out and earn the rizq, right? And I'm saying this because before I talk about washing dishes and all that, some sisters come to us and they said, we're married to boys. They're not men. These guys are, I'm out there working a job while he's sitting at home playing on the Xbox, right? That's not rujula. I mean, then and that's the funny thing. Like you get these brothers, Allah guide us all, they don't work, right? I'm a stay-at-home dad. Huh? You got disabilities or something, bro? What's going on, right? No, she earns more money than me, so we decided I'm going to stay home. And then when she comes home from working, then he tells her, "What's for dinner, honey?"
Right?
No. Right. This is wrong, right? Man has to be a man. He has to take responsibility. He has to be like, look, it's my responsibility to go out and earn this. It's my responsibility to make sure if a woman does work, she keeps her money and so on. And then a woman has her responsibilities. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed her with this state of being that if she obeys her husband, if she keeps her salawat, she does her fasting in Ramadan, she pleases her husband when he looks at her and stuff, she can enter Jannah from any door she likes. And in this hadith is used by Ibn Kathir in the tafsir of this ayah to show the virtue that Allah has given her. But that comes with the responsibility. If you are at home and your husband's working, then obviously cooking and cleaning in the house things are your job. That's what you do, right? Now, as a good husband, it is, and may Allah forgive me for my shortcomings, but as a Muslim, we should try to help the wife with her work. But that's not a man's job. Like, don't get it twisted here, right?
Right.
That's not your haqq, right? But your haqq is that he spends on you as he spends on himself, and he provides for you as he provides for himself, and he protects you and makes sure that nobody molests you or harms you and so on. Those are your huquq, right? But from his virtue, a man should try to help. Now, a woman, at the same time, needs to understand that, and again, people are like, is it fard on me or not? This is not even the issue. Right. To obey your husband's fard on you, right? So if he tells you, look, I just got home, please have your dinner ready and so on, nicely, inshallah, with good akhlaq, it's fard on you. He just told you, right?
Right.
So this is the problem. When people don't do their part, then they expect others to do more than their part. That's not the way it works. If you look at the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told the women, for example, that it is obligatory upon you to obey your husband and so on. He gave them the virtues. He said, if anybody was to make sujood to anybody, if anybody was allowed, then it would be the wife to the husband. There are many ahadith we could go on and on. And at the same time, he told the men, he said, the best of you are those that are best khuluqan, and were best with manners with their wife. So he gave advice to both. So they would look out for the other's interest. Today is the opposite. Today everybody's like, my rights and my rights. Like, worry about the other's rights. And if you marry such a person, then you will see that both of you will be successful.
No.
A woman should think through this. Like, imagine your husband's out there 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours working. Yes, you're at home, you have kids and things, but he's not out there having coffee and hanging out either. He's working, right? Whether it's a physical job, whether it's a mentally draining job. So if he comes home and the first thing you're like, here are the dishes and it's your night to cook, that's not going to be a compatible relationship, right? That just doesn't work. And this is something I'm going to mention. And I try to keep racy topics off, but inshallah, Gabriel will give me a pass. So
yeah, you got a pass. Yeah. Free pass.